I'm Ellis Martin. In this segment of the Ellis Martin Report, I speak with Mike Sieb, president of Getchell Gold Corp, trading on the CSE as GTCH, and in the U.S. on the OTC as GGLDF. Getchell Gold is primarily directing its efforts on its most advanced stage asset, Fondaway Canyon, a past gold producer with a significant in-the-ground historic resource estimate. To date, the company has defined at its Fondaway Canyon project and indicated an inferred resource of over 2 million ounces of gold. And that may be just the beginning. Mike Sieb is a senior executive with over 30 years of strong corporate and project management experience in international mining and exploration across multiple commodities and jurisdictions. Mike, welcome back to the program. It's been a while since we chatted last.
Thanks, Ellis. Good to talk with you again.
I think in late August, the price of gold was around $1,900 US. It is about, as of this recording, $2,050 US. That's $150 up in probably about 5 months or so. And it's a great time to consider positioning in a company, if it's your choice, such as Getchell Gold. I've got people calling me all the time asking me, where can I buy the physical gold, Ellis? What equities would you recommend? Tough to give advice since I'm not a financial advisor. I can't give any advice at all. I can just point to our sponsor companies. I can point to companies like Getchell Gold, and I can say to our listeners, I can say to our audience, everything looks really good, but the decision is yours. So, Mike, give us an update on Getchell Gold.
Thanks, Ellis. First, I guess I may as well segue in with your statement on the gold market. I do quite appreciate, and I've been spouting for a number of years now, that the gold market is coming. It's coming. I think it's finally here, but it's still burgeoning. Like, it's trading within a really nice range right now. It's showing sort of the resiliency of the price of gold. And when certain, I believe, macroeconomic fundamentals fall into place through this year, we're going to break out of the range that we're trading in right now, and we're going to see the gold price hit record highs. And it's a wonderful time to be in that space and be Getchell Gold Corp with a primary asset in Nevada. What we've accomplished in the last little while is a major milestone. For the last 4 years, we've been working on the Fondaway Canyon Gold Project. And every time we drill, we've hit more gold. And we've come out at the beginning of last year with quite a sizable mineral resource estimate that doubled the historic estimate. And the mineralization starts at surface and is still completely open-ended. And so we have basically the world in front of us, where all it'll take is additional drill holes to continue to increase the value of this asset and the attractiveness of it. And then when you layer in a robust burgeoning gold market, I think we're well positioned to take advantage of it. And I think our shareholders are going to be well rewarded this year.
I looked at the numbers again in your news release and on your website, and you're just getting started. Maybe you've done 18 drill holes. You've identified a potential $4 billion resource with 2 million ounces indicated and inferred collectively in the ground, and you're just getting going, and you're a 3-year-old company. That's outstanding.
Yeah, with over 3 drill campaigns, and we just utilized 18 drill holes to basically double the resource to where we stand today, and that's wholly impressive. But we have an additional 9 drill holes that didn't make the cutoff into the resource. And that's one of the major activities that we're going to be doing this year that's going to be a value add, is we're going to take those 9 drill holes and upgrade the mineral resource estimate. And some of those drill holes are at the periphery of our drill plan. So far, we've identified a deposit that's about 500 meters in length and 500 meters in depth. So the most peripheral drill holes that we have are some of the strongest drill holes and most sizable intercepts that we've seen to date. And it's wide open along strike, down dip, and even some places up dip. And there are some additional drill holes that's an additional 250 meters away down dip that have hit as strong mineralization that we haven't even drilled yet. So when we doubled the resource, what we did is we basically added an extra margin of drilling of about 250 meters around the historic mineralization. So just with an additional margin of 250 meters, we doubled the resource. And we know at least another 250 meters away that there's really strong mineralization that continues and is still open-ended. So from where we sit today, I do truly believe we could be developing a tier 1 asset in a world-class mining gold jurisdiction.
This is a huge story in Nevada, or at least it should be, and hopefully it will be. And one of my questions is, I've seen companies like Great Bear, even Snowline in the Yukon. We've got stocks that run anywhere from $1 to $4 to $5 to $20 to $30. Why are you at 11 cents US?
If anybody's been looking at junior gold market last year, you can see everybody's share prices have diminished through the year. It looks like a very shallow ski slope. Anybody's looking at the charts. And so there was an overall avoidance and continued suppression of all the share prices of gold companies. And we were equally affected by that. But where we were doubly affected, and this is artificially, is we had our final acquisition payment due just January 3rd of this year. And it wasn't small. It was quite sizable. We had to come up with $1.6 million US to make our final payment. And in the market of last year, that was a very difficult challenge to come up with that amount of money. And so what happened was, not only did you have the general suppression in the gold market last year, but we were doubly suppressed or artificially suppressed because there was this huge risk factor. If we did not make that payment, if we could not come up with that money, we got zero of a world-class asset. And so there was a huge risk factor that was overprinted on ourselves and our share price last year. So now that we've made that payment, and we've acquired 100% of the Fondaway Canyon, very attractive project in Nevada, all of a sudden, the world is our oyster right now. We're starting from a very low position, and this isn't good for us, but it's really good for any potential investor who wants to take a look at us right now. Because if they just spend 10 minutes just seeing what we have and thinking in a positive light that we're going to come into a good gold market, you can readily see the pathway and the appreciation of value that we're going to see throughout this year.
And this is why some of us in the space, many of us in the space, like to speculate when a stock is actually this cheap and you've de-risked everything. If you hadn't de-risked, it'd be risky. Listening to everything that you just said and seeing it in your news releases, you have to disclose everything. Like, you've done all the things you needed to do to make this an attractive play for potential investors and to satisfy your current investors that there's nowhere to go potentially, but there's no guarantee at all. And my biggest complaint right now, and I think it's a good complaint if you execute your money smartly, is the equities aren't even close to the price of gold at all. The price of gold itself has not been suppressed. It's grown in the last year. We're at a great sweet spot. The equities have taken a huge dive because there's been a lot of, I want to use the word sneering at the sector. Mining stocks, junior mining stock. No thanks. But it's exactly at this time that you want to look for a company potentially such as Getchell. Okay, they've done everything they need to do. They survived 2023. They hit the benchmark with regard to the acquisition of Fondaway. What about now's a good time at 14 cents Canadian or 11 cents US?
It absolutely is. And now we can really roll up our sleeves and advance the project. And we do have solid advancement plans for this year. One of the things I just mentioned earlier is to upgrade the resource and actually show people how good this project is and how really open-ended it is. The other thing we're going to do is we're targeting by mid-year to come out with our maiden preliminary economic assessment. And we have solid rationale that this is a bona fide project that has some real good legs to it. And so coming out with that technical report will move us up the spectrum where it's going to open up the gates for having other people really come and take a look at us. It's that milestone that puts you into a select field. And then we're going to have a drill program through the second half of the year that then is just going to keep on drilling outward and expanding upon the mineralization that we know that is there.
And at what point do the majors start breathing down your neck, and would you want them to now anyway until you've increased your market cap?
First off, we're in Nevada and it's gold, and people are taking a look at you regardless. Even though Nevada is fifth in the world for gold productions and you have over 20 active gold mines in the area, there is a slew of projects that are in the wings that are looking at potential development. But when you compare them across the board, most of them are very limited in size. What Fondaway Canyon brings to the table is it brings to the table, in my opinion, a fairly excellent grade to base an economic analysis. But at the same time, it's of the right size. The project has the right potential parameters that really have developed a producing company, and I'll probably say a mid-tier producing company, we're right within their wheelhouse. When they're looking for parameters of potential mine life, grade, location, permitting, Fondaway Canyon basically fits all those parameters. I do anticipating that some mid-tier producers are going to be seriously kicking our tires here over the next little while.
It's tough in this market, Mike, to risk capital in an early stage gold exploration company, and you're not early stage, you're advanced. It's really tough without a resource. You've got the resource. It's really tough in a bad jurisdiction. By bad, politically not positive. And I also mean weather-wise. You can basically drill all year long. You don't have to shut down for weather ever in Nevada. Best jurisdiction, best climate you can have for a mining company, and there's gold at surface. So essentially, I'd like to point our audience again toward Getchell Gold is for your consideration after doing your own research. I can't make a recommendation. I am biased because Getchell is a paid sponsor of this program, and I like what I heard, but I can't tell you what to do, audience. Mike, it's been a fantastic few minutes here chatting with you today. I look forward to an update with you in the very near future anytime. Thank you for joining me today on the program.
Thank you very much, Ellis. And I do encourage people to take a look at us because when you think about comparables and you see how much gold is in the ground and how much potential there is to continue to grow the amount of gold in the ground. And as you stated, we are in the right jurisdiction. It provides a certain real degree of confidence to the investor. At the share price we're at today, I say, please take a look at us. Take 10 minutes to peruse our materials. We've got excellent videos, 5-10 minute videos there that really convey the story. It won't take long for anybody who really takes a look at us in a very short period of time to become a believer. And I'm a believer, and I'm really looking forward to 2024.
I've been speaking with Mike Sieb, president of Getchell Gold Corp, trading on the CSE as GTCH and in the U.S. on the OTC as GGLDF. Find the company on their website, GetchellGold.com. Getchell is spelled Getchell, GetchellGold.com. I'm Ellis Martin.